competition and relations with member schools. These athletes in this game are friendly rivals as members of opposing teams. This basically is the theme of interscholastic athletics, the idea of friendly competition. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Their experience and integrity qualify them for their important part in this friendly interscholastic contest. An attitude of good sportsmanship should be reflected by all spectators. The officials for tonight are Wickliffe, Herbert Wilson, and Matthew Plenasek. And now for the visiting Wickliffe Blue Devils. Number 15, Luke Beal. Number 12, Zach Beal. Number 19, Jimmy Hammond. Number 8, Kevin Byrne. Number 4, Alec Latnick. Number 28, Alex Weck. Number 14, Colby Humbert. Number 36, CJ Kulchok. Number 27, Luca Gamir. And in your starting lineup, number 13, Noah Tellisman. Number 21, Shane Williams. Number 2, Brady Pugh. Number 7, Colin Casey. Number 22, AJ Levon. Number 6, Ryan Murphy. Number 0, Gabe Shore. Number 17, Logan Meyer. Number 16, Jack Serrata. Number 9, Josh Braddock, captain. Number 3, Malachi Blake, captain. Head coach Dominic Severino, assistant coach Mike Nair. And now for your Independence Blue Devils. Number 21, Alex Eisenman. Number 18, Matthew Abear. Number 25, Joseph Wojciechowicz. Number 11, Wyatt Snyder. Number 24, Matt Wojcicki. Number 15, Nathan Bernstein. Number 3, Drew Straub. Number 7, Ian Caraco. Number 14, Kyle McGovern. Number 12, Jack Panicki. Number 19, Joe Boatsman. Number 22, Brian Coleman. And for your starters, number 23, Joey Jurasic. Number 27, Khalil McDonald. Yay! Number 26, Charlie McGrail. Number 4, Sam Eisenman. Number 5, Braden Flynn. Number 10, Aiden Coljon. Number 2, Casey McGee. Number 9, Emmett Strolka. Number 5, Johnny Eisenman. Number 6, Johnny Eisenman. Number 36, Ryan Bernstein. Number 16, Captain Josh Felix. And coach Ryan McGrail, assistant coach Gino Minocchio. Now if you would please stand and face the scoreboard for our national anthem. will sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the rampart may wave, and the home of the brave.
Well done, Sue.
Good luck, guys.
Good evening and welcome to Stan Scotian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence, Ohio for tonight's Battle of the Blue Devils. I am Steve Hare with OhioVarsity.com, and while I am wearing a headset, that by no means qualifies me as a play-by-play broadcaster, so bear with me, folks. I will try and provide some commentary for you throughout the game. Tonight, the Independence Blue Devils, who come into this game 2-1, are hosting the Wickliffe Blue Devils, who are 2-2. This Battle of the Blue Devils has been played since 2011, with Independence winning 7 of those matchups. The Blue Devils are 7-2-1 during that stretch, which included the biggest win of all, a 4-2 win in the 2017 District Championship game. Wickliffe and Independence also played from 2005 to 2007, with Wickliffe winning 2 of those and one of those games ending in a tie. Joining me in the booth is Independence senior McKenna McGee on the camera, learning on the job. As I mentioned, Wickliffe comes into the game 2-2 this season. The Blue Devils have scored 5 goals and have allowed 10. Gabe Storr returns in goal. He has 128 career saves already, with 27 this year. Leading the way for Wickliffe so far with 6 points on 2 goals and 2 assists is Shane Williams, number 21. So keep an eye out for him throughout the game. Independence, as I mentioned, is 2-1. Those Blue Devils come in having scored 11 goals and allowing just 4 this season. Wyatt Flynn, with his first season in the net for the Blue Devils. He is a junior with 24 saves in 3 games already. He's only allowed 4 goals. Offensively, so far, it's been Casey McGee, a junior, who has scored 11 points for the Blue Devils on 5 goals and an assist. He also suits up for the Independence football team and kicked a 41-yard field goal the other night, so he's got quite a leg on him. Great through ball down into the corner as the Blue Devils try and play it into the middle. First save of the game there for Gabe Storr. Wickliffe's Jack Zimrata also enters the game with a pair of goals to his credit. There's McGee with some fancy footwork in front of the net. Tries to get that left-footed kick into the goal, but Storr is there to defend. Joey Jermasic down in the corner. Sam Eisenman delivers the ball into McGee just outside the 18. Shot deflected off the back of a Wickliffe Blue Devil. Storr there to clean up the mess. McGee with a one touch, just couldn't clear it. Aiden Coljohn with an attempt there off of a cross. That will be a goal kick for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Or did it deflect? Is it a corner kick? Looks like a corner. Sam Eisenman will take that for the Blue Devils, the Independence Blue Devils. Headed right back to Eisenman. Once again, a throw in for the Blue Devils. John with a little stop and go action. Ball just crossed that line. Wickliffe ball. Wickliffe head coach Dominic Severino in his second year in this stint at the school. He was actually the head coach 5 years ago for one season, until a career change forced him to step away, but he has returned. Ryan McRail in his 7th year guiding the Independence Blue Devils. Quite a remarkable run so far for McRail and his squad. 103 wins, 11 losses, and 16 ties in 7 seasons. That is an impressive record. Independence's senior class is even more impressive as they come into this game 57-5-1 overall and 48-2-1 in the regular season. And I believe in that stretch they have but one home loss. John out to Eisenman. Emmett Stralka with the touch. A little loose ball. Cleaned up nicely in the midfield. McGee trying to find some space. Nice touch pass there to Sam Eisenman in the corner. Looked like Luca Gamir there in defense. Will be a Wickliffe throw-in. Just past that 10-minute mark here, and we are still scoreless in the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils here at Independence High School. Captain Josh Bielitz with the free kick. I believe that was Josh Braddock that sent it the other way for Wickliffe. Like CJ Kolchak and John Eisenman. Little mishap near the 35-yard line out there on that football field. McGee now with a free kick. And you know he had the leg to put that in after watching him in the football game last week kick a 41-yard field goal. Shane Williams, as I mentioned, he comes in leading Wickliffe with 2 goals and 2 assists. But Josh Bielitz wasn't going to allow Williams a clear shot at the goal. Nathan Bernstein in for the Blue Devils, taking the place of Ryan Bernstein. Logan Meyer on the corner kick for Wickliffe. Is the first corner for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Well, Coach said it best. It's too quiet. The COVID regulations have limited attendance at all of the high school events, so you lose some of that ambient crowd noise. There's a shot on the mark, but right at Mr. Flynn. Braden Flynn, first year in goal for the Independence Blue Devils. Has one shutout to his credit already this year. .24 saves, 4 goals allowed. Already mentioned Casey McGee and his 5 goals and 1 assist leading Independence this season, but Aiden Coljohn and Brian Volman also enter the game with a pair of goals to their credit. Coljohn also has an assist. There's McGee trying to lead Coljohn. Can be a dynamic duo when they're on the mark. Joe Jermasic with a touch. McGee was setting up for a run, but he had to come in and clean up that ball, and he won possession. Tried to get it to Coljohn in the middle. Bernstein out to Coljohn. There's the cross in the middle. Oh, and could not connect with Sam Eisenman, but that was a pretty ball. There's McGee, and that was definitely through the uprights. I believe Mr. McGee had football practice a little earlier. Maybe he hasn't adjusted to the round ball yet today. Just about 24:50 left in the first half here at the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils. Wickliffe Blue Devils visiting the Independence Blue Devils. These teams played sparingly up until 2011, and since then they have played 13 times total and 10 times since 2011. That 2011 matchup was a 2-2 tie. Wickliffe then reeled off a pair of victories, but since then, Independence has been dominant with 7 straight wins. The big one, that 2017 district final victory, a 4-2 win. I believe I was at that game. That same season, Independence defeated Wickliffe 2-1 in the regular season, and that was a battle. So that playoff matchup was highly anticipated, and it was well played. Here's McGee with a free kick at about the 45. It wouldn't surprise me to see him try and put that in the upper corner there, right, McKenna? Oh, yeah. He probably practices that kick at home, right? Oh, Bernstein gets tripped up there. A little bit of incidental contact from Colby Humbert. Going to have a special guest join us in the booth. The broadcast might get a little bit better here with Independence senior Raquela DiGeronimo putting the headset on backward. There's McGee up in the center. He's going to have a shot here. There it is, and it's just a bit wide and to the left. Great opportunity there for the Independence Blue Devils to take the 1-0 advantage here. Instead, they'll get a corner kick, and it's going to be Casey McGee. Got a Wickliffe Blue Devil there, a little bit shaken up down there at about the 5-yard line. So, Raquella, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys got a big one coming up on Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's also against Wickliffe. Yeah.
It is. And I believe, did you guys play in the postseason last year?
We did in the district final.
Right. So this is Tuesday, you got the Battle of the Blue Devils with the boys. Thursday, it's the girls, and both of them are big games. So heading into Thursday's matchup, what's the outlook? What's Coach Les been talking about? What do you guys have to do to win?
We're really getting our freshmen involved. We're trying to get them to like the pace of the game we want, move faster. We're just excited. Thursday's going to be definitely a good game. It's a district final repeat. We're ready.
You guys, you lost a handful of seniors. You come back. You've got some young faces in there. It wasn't long ago. You and McKenna were the young freshmen, and you had a big group of seniors. Well, now you're that group of seniors. How different has this year been for you?
It's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of new freshmen, and they're just trying to learn things. I mean, it's great to have a big freshman class after losing them. It definitely helps.
And it never hurts when you bring in a player like Alana Nowak, who has a couple hat tricks to her credit already.
Yes.
So that helps you out quite a bit because you like to find your way to the net as well. So when you have somebody else that's quite as dangerous, it kind of takes some pressure off you. How have you benefited so far?
Oh, she's great. I mean, she definitely gives us another option to score, and she's very helpful in the midfield. And I think between McKenna, Paige, and Rachel and I, she's definitely helpful for us.
All right, well, the Blue Devils, the Independence Blue Devils, are lining up for their second corner kick of this matchup. We are at I didn't stop the clock, so I am going to have to reset that. That's what happens when I start talking. Forget to do my job. And here we go, 22-18. We got the corner kick in the middle, and it goes out of bounds off of the foot of Sam Eisenman. So oh, no, it was a Wickliffe defender. Did you catch a number on that, Raquella?
I don't know.
What am I paying you for?
Seriously?
What am I paying you
for?
Another corner, McGee. That one goes a little bit far, and that's going to go out of bounds, and this time it'll be a Wickliffe goal kick. So what are we seeing out here, Raquella? This is your on-the-job training as a color analyst. What are we seeing out of the Independence defense right now? Is this a 4-4-2?
Might be.
I only know that because he sent me the lineup. I would have no idea otherwise.
No, it's looking like a 4-4-2.
And what are the advantages to a 4-4-2 defense as opposed to another lineup?
Definitely helps in the midfield. It gives more support for if someone were to have the ball, they could track up and have someone in the back to help out if they lose it. And definitely helps in defense for more support.
With a 4-4-2, obviously you're relying on your two forwards. They've got to be pretty dynamic goal scorers.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about Casey McGee and is it Aiden Coljohn up there that's the forward?
Yes.
So they bring and obviously they're leading the team with 7 goals combined. So that's been working out for them.
Yeah, they definitely work well together, and they've played since they were really young together. So they definitely have good chemistry.
How important is that chemistry when you're out here playing soccer? I mean, there's 11 people playing 11 people, bodies everywhere. So how important is it to develop some chemistry and play with that same chemistry?
It definitely helps. I mean, I know I have some great chemistry with some of my girls on my team, and it's good to not have to say anything but know what the other person's thinking. That definitely helps.
Nearing that 20-minute mark, the midpoint of the first half, and we are still scoreless in the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils Part 1. Battle of the Blue Devils Part 2 will take place on Thursday. Same two teams playing, different faces, different names. It'll be the Independence girls versus the Wickliffe girls. I believe that's at home as well, right, in Independence? Drew Straub out there on the far sideline chasing that ball down for Independence. But we have a throw in for Wickliffe. I believe that was Malachi Blake, a captain on the throw in. Back to Blake. Kicks it out to the midfield, but Casey McGee is going to scoop that up, and he is now on his way looking for goal number 6. Eisman out to McGee, and now it's back to the midfield. Joey Jamasic cleans that up. Back to Nathan Bernstein. And there's the dangerous Shane Williams. I do not have 17 on my roster for Independence. Who you got there, Raquella?
I'm trying to figure that out too.
18:15 left in the first half. We are scoreless. The ball will be headed back Wickliffe's way. Noah Tellisman there lined up, ready to put this ball back into play. Josh Bielitz up to John Eisenman. Now back to the midfield. Eisenman with a through ball, but that is going to be intercepted by Gabe Storr down there in the goal. Out to McGee. Looks to set something up with Coljohn. Be a Independence throw-in. Looks like we've got a substitution. Khalil McDonald for Sam Eisenman. John Eisenman on the throw-in. Seems I can just say Eisenman for just about any player on Independence and nail it. There's our unknown player, number 17.
I think that's Charlie.
In the mix there with Shane Williams. Shane's had a couple runs at the goal, but he's been pretty quiet as Independence has controlled possession for most of this first half. Bernstein into the corner, covered by Bryant Murphy.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Looks like Wickliffe will have another goal kick. Colin Casey with a touch for Wickliffe. Coljohn and Eisenman hooking up again. There's Coljohn out to McGee in the middle. McGee makes a move, and there's a shot. Oh, great save by Storr. The left-handed dive. Storr now with, I believe that is 2 saves on the night, which will give him 29 for the season. That one there was pretty impressive. And let's make another one. And what's the number there? Khalil McDonald with the tap in off of the rebound. He's going to score the first goal of the game for the Independence Blue Devils, who now lead 1-0. The ball was deflected off of Storr, who couldn't clean it up. Khalil McDonald was happy to do so. Independence with a 1-0 lead off the Khalil McDonald goal. 15-14 left in the first half here at Independence. The 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils, Part 1. I will be out here streaming your game on Saturday against Riverside. So we'll have to grab a couple of the boys to come up and swap spots with you guys. And Casey might have to watch film for football on Saturday.
It's an afternoon game. He'll be here.
Yeah. So Raquel, now that Independence has taken the 1-0 lead, how much pressure does that take off of a team after you break that 0-0 tie?
Definitely gives the Independence Blue Devils some confidence, and they just got to keep composure and keep the ball and try to find the back of the net again.
And now how does Wickliffe, as the team that allowed the goal, how do they stay in it and not allow one goal to turn into two? Or, how do they keep from hanging their heads and get back into the game?
They definitely have to be calm and keep the ball and find their teammates and just keep talking. They've had opportunities. They just got to find the back of the net as well.
That's got to start with possession. They have not been able to maintain possession on their half of the field. Independence has controlled the ball for the most part. There's been a couple runouts for Wickliffe. They've got to get the ball out there to Shane Williams, number 21. Sophomore forward, has 2 goals and 2 assists this season. And he has showed he's got some speed. They just have to be able to feed him the ball. There's an opportunity for him. Josh Bielitz makes sure to end that threat. Kicked it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Wickliffe. Looks like nope, they're going to pass that over. It is going to be Bryant Murphy putting the ball into play for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Murphy with the throw in. Looked like Williams wanted to go up and try and head that in. Thought better of it. A little bit out of his reach. Nathan Bernstein boots it out of bounds for the Independence Blue Devils. That'll allow the Independence defense to reset, but it also allows Wickliffe to strategize here on what they want to do with this throw-in. Bryant Murphy. Raquel, when you get inside here, you're 20, 30 yards away with a throw-in. Is there something you're trying to set up?
Normally we try to start out really wide and run into the ball and just see if we could possibly get a cross in, or maybe just like a one-time shot right on goal.
And so that ball is going to be cleared all the way back to Gabe Storr. And he puts that out of bounds, which will be a throw-in for Independence. That's going to be Casey McGee working quickly to Coljohn up in the corner. Coljohn's got one man to beat. He's now got an opportunity, a little cross in front. And there it is, Khalil McDonald again with the finish. That was a pretty setup by Coljohn. Going into the corner. Raquel, when you get into the corner like that, are you visualizing that already? How quickly do you have to see that man in front of the net to set that up?
Oh, you got to trust your teammates, just like Aiden did. He saw an opening and he crossed it, and Cleo was in the right spot and just put it in the back of the net.
So now Independence goes up 2-0 after 25 minutes of scoreless play. Independence has now put 2 in the net in the last 3 minutes. Still plenty of time for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. They've just got to gather themselves, start to create some offense, or at least get those long balls out to Shane Williams where he can outrun the Independence defense. But now with a 2-0 lead, you'd expect to see Independence kind of slow down a little bit on the back end and, I don't want to say pack it in, but at least make it a little bit more difficult for Wickliffe to create any kind of offense.
For sure.
Colin Casey with the throw in. Trying to get the ball out there to number 21, Shane Williams. And there's Williams. That's his first opportunity, and he's just a little bit wide left. Wickliffe also has Jack Simrata, who entered the game with 2 goals this season, tied for the team lead with Shane Williams. So between the 2 of those players, Wickliffe's got to get the ball out there and give them some opportunities. Raquel, at what point does a coach say, okay, we've got a comfortable lead, let's play a little bit more defensively than we're used to?
I guess it depends for, their opponents right now. The Independence is definitely keeping more possession than Wickliffe right now. So as long as they keep doing that, I guess they just play their game right now. As long as they don't lose that possession, they should be okay.
McGee out to Nathan Bernstein near midfield. Bernstein tried to get it up to Cole John. Comes right back to him. He feeds it up the middle, but there's Wickliffe's defense, number 22, A.J. Levon, to intercept that pass. Cole John out to McGee. McGee feeds Bernstein. That's a beautiful ball. Can Bernstein beat the defense? Bryant Murphy with some great closing speed to cut off that attempt by Bernstein.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Storr cleans up the mess and now punts it out near midfield. Josh Bielitz trying to gain control, and he gets it out of bounds. So it'll be a Wickliffe throw-in. That was a pretty slick move there. Colby Humbert. Oh, there's McGee near the midfield. He's eyeing Eisenman. Didn't like what he saw. Tried to slip one through the middle. It gets deflected.
Good hustle, good hustle.
8:48 left here in the first half. Independence leading, visiting Wickliffe 2-0 here in the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils. Independence looking to extend its win streak over Wickliffe to 8 games. Stands at 7 right now with wins from 2014 through 2019. These 2 teams tied in 2011. Wickliffe won in 2012 and 2013. Josh Braddock out to Malachi Blake. Noah Tellisman with a touch in the midfield. There's a long ball out to Williams. Can he get there in time? Braden Flynn makes sure that doesn't happen. Independence now set up for the goal kick. Emmett Strauka to put it back into play for Independence. If football coach Rick Adams was out here, he'd see a few players that could line up and kick the ball for him on Friday nights. I think Casey McGee's got that job locked down at least through next year.
Yeah.
I saw a video of Casey kicking some field goals this summer, and he was, McKenna, you'll have to tell me, he was hitting from 60 yards, wasn't he? Or close? Scrum near midfield. Brady Pugh for Wickliffe. Got a touch in there. This is going to be a throw-in for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Noah Tellisman will handle that chore. Colby Humbert playing physical down there. Little touch on Joey Jermasic. Tellisman with the throw in again. Hit it up in the air by Jermasic, and Flynn cleans up. 5:44 left here in the first half. Independence with a comfortable 2-0 lead. And I say comfortable because it's a little bit pressure relieving when you have a 2-goal lead, but certainly Wickliffe is not out of the game at this point. Khalil McDonald might be the smallest guy on the field, but tonight he's come up the biggest so far with a pair of goals for Independence. McGee seems to be the quarterback out there in the midfield. Gets his foot on the ball an awful lot, and there's McGee with a touch to Coljohn. Coljohn puts it just wide right. Is that the role of that center mid, or is he a forward or midfielder?
He's center mid right now.
Center mid?
Yeah.
So that is his role, is just to kind of quarterback that offense and see what the defense is doing, where they're at, and put the ball in the right place.
For sure. Distribute to the forwards and the outside mids and get some good looks.
McGee with the free kick. And there's McDonald right at the top of the 18 right now. You almost can't see him hidden in there between. Oh, nice ball. But Storer there for the save. Sam Eisenman gets his foot on it. Gets a little bit of a shot there, but Storer makes sure the score stays 2-0. Khalil McDonald, a freshman. 2 big goals. There's Williams making some contact with Charlie McGreal. And the call goes Independence's way. Thank you for joining us tonight for this Battle of the Blue Devils. We've got 162 of you online right now. Well, there's Coljohn with a free shot at the goal if he can gain possession. He does. He gets off a shot, but it goes wide left. So with 2:50 left to play here in the first half, the score remains Independence 2, Wickliffe 0. A 2-goal lead certainly isn't insurmountable, but when you have had trouble generating some offense and possession, it starts to become a little bit more important every time you get a touch. How does Wickliffe get back into this, and how do they get more touches and control that ball?
They definitely have to just keep their composure. If they can't get frustrated and just have to work as a team and hopefully get one. Definitely will help the momentum.
Here's Emmett Stralko with a free kick near midfield. That's a pretty ball. Wickliffe defense in position, makes the play, and there's a foul on Independence, so the ball will come back the other way.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes in the first half.
2 minutes remaining here in the first half of the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils, Part 1. The girls will play on Thursday, Wickliffe versus Independence. A rematch of the district championship game from a year ago. Heck of a run by the Independence girls last year. It was fun to watch. Won their first district championship in school history and played in their first regional championship in school history. One step away from the state Final Four.
Good year. Very fun.
Absolutely. Program's come a long way in your 4 years.
Definitely.
Two of the girls that helped change that, the fortunes for your Independence girls team are up here in the booth with us tonight. McKenna McGee on the camera. Raquel DiGeronimo is our color analyst. Stralka puts a boot on it. There's Khalil McDonald. Anytime the ball goes near him, he's a threat to score, obviously. Oh, McGee with a pretty ball to Coljohn. But Wickliffe's defense is there. That is number 19, Jimmy Nemeth. Looked like Storr got a hand on that. Maybe not. Looks like they're going to give Wickliffe a goal kick. 18 seconds, 15 seconds. The first half is coming to a close.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Nemeth will just
3,
kick that out
2, 1,
toward midfield.
0.
It's returned by Jermasic, and the half ends with Independence on top of Wickliffe, 2-0.
Will the parents of the seniors make their way down?
It
to the
is
track, please?
senior night here at Independence, apparently. We're going to have our senior night celebration, so we will focus the camera on midfield and just let you watch all the action from senior night. And we will be back for the second half shortly.
Good evening. Before we get started with the Independence seniors this evening, we would like to recognize the Wickliffe seniors as well. Number 36, CJ Kolchuk. Number 17, Logan Meyer. Number 27, Luca Gamir. Number 16, Jack Samrada. Number 9, Josh Brennick. And number 3, Malachi Blake. Good luck this year. And now for our Independence seniors. Our first senior this evening is Brian Bowman. This is Brian's first year in soccer. He's also a 4-year football player, 2-year wrestler, and 2-year baseball participant. His parents are Brian and Jessica. He is a member of the Honor Roll, and his fondest memory is scoring 2 goals against Heights this season. His favorite movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He enjoys working out and watching movies. He plans to attend a 4-year college in the fall. His words of wisdom are, "It's never too late to try something new." Good luck, Brian. Next is 4th-year player John Eisenman, who is also lettered in track. His parents are Bob and Jen. He is a member of Drama Club, Band, DFCA, Bio Society, and Student Council. He's also on Honor Roll, 3-year academic letter winner, and a member of the National Honor Society. His fondest memory of soccer was Bernie stripping behind the bench at the district final. His favorite movie is Avengers: Infinity War. He enjoys hanging out with friends and playing with his dogs. He plans to attend Ohio State University in the fall. His parting words are, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Good luck, John. Our next senior is Josh Felix, a 4-year player. His parents are Donna and Jack. He is lettered in track as well. He is a member of Campus Life, Drama Club, and NHS. He is on the Honor Roll and has earned his academic letter. His fondest memories were the soccer sleepovers. His favorite movie is National Treasure. He plans to major in finance in the fall. His parting words are, try not to get too stressed. Good luck, Josh. Finally, Ryan Bernstein. He is a four-year player who also participates in drama club and marching band. His parents are Ron and Kelly. His favorite class is American Sign Language. His fondest memory of soccer is stripping down behind the bench at the district level to give his jersey to Jimmy Sinek, who got blood on his. His favorite movie is Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. He plans to study TV and broadcasting in the fall. His parting words are, you will never know your limits until you push yourself to them. Good luck, Ryan. Let's hear it for all of our seniors.
I was so anxious. I was it was just me, and it took them 25 minutes. It was just me.
Your Independence seniors. Brian Volman, John Eisenman, Ryan Bernstein, and Josh Bielitz. If you're looking for an Independence volleyball score, they cleaned up with a 3-0 sweep over visiting Richmond Heights today. Open Door Christian beat Cardinal in girls soccer 4-2. Crestwood beat Rootstown in girls soccer 3-1. Crestwood, the new addition to the Chagrin Valley Conference this year. Got a few more minutes here of halftime. The 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils here at Stan Skosian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence. The host Independence Blue Devils looking to extend their win streak over the Wickliffe Blue Devils to 8 games. It currently stands at 7. Khalil McDonald with 2 first-half goals has given the Independence Blue Devils control of this contest. They have dominated possession in the first half. Wickliffe had a few runouts. Shane Williams got a foot on a couple of balls, just hasn't had a real good look at the goal.
We're getting more like 10, yeah.
Hello, sir. I'll give you the elbow. How's that? How are you? Good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. you a live mic, so I enjoy your journal. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
If they get that through, what do you call it?
Kelly's a natural.
I'm sure she like really talk to the parents, to the daughter.
There's only one scene per season.
That usually quite the show.
That's gonna force me to figure out how this auxiliary thing works.
Yeah, I don't. You should have had a use box. You should have just been on the CD then.
No, they plug their phone in through the auxiliary.
Oh, so then you have to shift over to get it.
I can't figure it out.
My oldest does.
I like the logo though.
I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah. That 330 number, yeah. Yeah. Marsha needs it. Marsha had it.
Oh, yeah, well, our group,
Okay.
well, and it goes both ways.
I'm gonna. I'll text Marsha right now. Yeah, because we're on Route 8, and it's on Route 8. It's on Route 18. Yeah.
So you, this,
Yeah.
hold this one, and then hold this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let me contact Marsha. Yeah, and now you said you're coming. Is your cousin Sandra coming? Okay. And what about Maria? Okay. All right, well, let me give Marsha a call. I will, and I'll stay in touch. Now, are you going Thursday to see Dave and Lucy? 6:15 to 7:15. Yes, it is. Alrighty, then I'll probably, pardon me? Yeah. Okay, huh? Okay, trustee, okay, alrighty, I'll get back.
Tonight's fan of the game, Sarah Stralka. Special shout out, happy birthday to Nathan Bernstein, the big 15 today.
Welcome back to Stan Scogian Stadium at Alumni Field here in Independence, Ohio for the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils. The Independence Blue Devils hold a 2-0 advantage over the Wickliffe Blue Devils, thanks to 2 first-half goals from freshman Khalil McDonald. Now 40 minutes away from their 8th straight victory, the Independence Blue Devils. How do you approach a second half, Raquel, when you are up 2-0? You've had control of the game. Do you continue to try to score, or do you kind of pack it in a little bit on defense and keep the other team from generating any kind of offense?
I would definitely say pack it in a little bit, but not as much. I mean, you still got another half to go, and if you have the opportunity, go for it, but also remember to play some defense.
That is Independence senior Raquel DiGeronimo, a 4-year starter on the Independence girls soccer team. She's providing some color analysis for us tonight. And on the camera is another Independent senior, McKenna McGee. Great to get some students involved in the broadcast. Fun way to spend a Tuesday evening. Independence will take the kickoff here in the second half as we are underway. Somebody forgot to start the clock, so we're a couple of seconds slow. I will fix that at the next opportunity. It's hard to find good help. Independence enters this game 2-1. Wickliffe came in at 2-2 on the year. Typically this would be a Chagrin Valley Conference game, but this year due to COVID there will be no CBC Championships won. So this game is strictly a bragging rights contest, a preparation for the postseason, and a quality win for either side as they enter the playoff discussions later in the year. That was Logan Meyer trying to get a foot on the ball in the corner for Wickliffe. It now gets passed out to the midfield. Ryan Bernstein with a touch. There's McDonald with a nice ball up top to John Eisenman, number 6, one of the Independent seniors who was celebrated at halftime. That's going to be a throw-in for Wickliffe and Malachi Blake. Or I'm sorry, that's going to be a free kick for Wickliffe.
Offsides.
Is that what the call was, offsides? That's why we pay her the big bucks, folks. McDonald fights off Blake to keep possession. He gets it out to Eisenman. Independence will now have a free kick. That's going to be Casey McGee eyeing up the goalpost down there. And he's got the leg to do it, but he sends that one at the top of the 18. Out to Stralka, who sends it back in. Got a scrum of players in there looking for control. It's going to be Jimmy Nemeth tracking it down for Wickliffe. Throw in for Wickliffe. A little tough to see those numbers now out in those dark spots in the stadium. A.J. Levon with the header. Another header. Playing a little bit of pepper with each other right now. Wickliffe really setting up for the first time inside the 20-yard line there. And I know I keep referencing the football field, but good reference markers. But Wickliffe has not had many opportunities to set up an offense in the offensive third. Independence has pretty much cleared the ball out every time. So to see Wickliffe set up down there, it seems like they're being very patient and not panicked right now. What do you suppose Raquella Wickliffe's coach, Dominic Severino, said to the Blue Devils at halftime?
Definitely probably told them to keep the ball. They got to win more possession here and hope to find something. If they just get a little more possession and keep calm around the box.
Paige Westerberg in the box. Hi, Paige.
Hi.
Another Independence senior. McGee with the finish. That's going to push Independence's lead to 3-0. McGee did a lot of that work on his own. Not quite sure who's going to pick up the assist on that. I know there was one in there. Raquel, did you see who had the assist?
I saw it, I just couldn't see the number.
So Casey McGee with his 6th goal of the year. He has been on fire early on for both the Independence soccer team and football team. He had a big field goal last week for the Independence football team in a win at Cardinal. A 41-yard field goal. You don't see too many of those in high school football. But he's got a cannon for a leg. He's almost automatic at the extra point, and a dangerous weapon for the Blue Devils when they're outside that comfort zone, but still within striking distance. They've kind of extended that red zone for the Casey McGee has extended that red zone for the Blue Devils football team. And obviously he can handle himself on the soccer field as well, leading the team with 6 goals. And as you saw earlier in the first half, he's quite the quarterback on the soccer field, directing that Independence offense. Emmett Stralko with the throw in for the Blue Devils. Bernstein, Cole John, everybody's trying to get a foot on there. Wickliffe steals possession, and fancy move there from Colin Casey. Slide tackle attempt in the corner. I believe that is going to... Did that draw a card, a yellow card?
Yes.
33:55 left here to play. Independence with a free kick down in the corner. Murphy chases that one down, kicks it out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for Independence. It's going to be Casey McGee taking that chore. Out to Bernstein. Colin Casey gets in the way and takes over possession for Wickliffe, but it's back headed the Blue Devils' way. Guess I can never be wrong saying that since they're both Blue Devils. Now Wickliffe trying to set up some offense. They badly need some offense here. They have not possessed the ball very well. They had a couple of runouts early in the first half with Shane Williams. He got a couple of shot attempts off. But for the most part, Independence has controlled possession, and they control the game with a 3-0 lead in 32:45 left to play. Oh, a little bit of contact down there. Colby Humbert looks to have gotten a little bit too aggressive in that fight for the ball. He's got a little bit of speed. .32 minutes left in the game. Independence up 3-0 off 2 goals from Khalil McDonald and 1 from Casey McGee. You'd like to credit the Independence defense for maintaining a shutout at this point, but it really starts with the offense because they've been able to control the ball near the midfield and keeping possession on their side. That's got to make a defender's job pretty easy, and you probably don't know a whole lot about defense. You've probably played on the offensive side your entire life.
Yeah, but definitely gotta play some defense in the middle though. Gotta help your defenders out a little bit.
How much does that help that defensive side when your midfielders and your forwards are maintaining possession the way Independence has?
Definitely helps. Definitely gives them a momentum to go score and gives a little bit less pressure off the back. Definitely helps out.
McDonald on the flank. Sidesteps Malachi Blake, and now it's McGee. Is that Josh Braddock? Josh Braddock, number 9, the nephew of Kirtland girls coach Ed Braddock. I think Kirtland's a dirty word up in this press box. McGee on the corner kick. He's going to put a little worm burner in front of the goal. Looked like it could have been a great opportunity for Independence. Not sure anybody saw it roll through. They might have been looking for the ball in the air, and it came in at their feet. Bernstein tried to put a touch on that one and missed. That was an opportunity he'd like to have back. Colin Casey fought off Strauka there to gain possession for Wickliffe, but it's back to Independence now, and there's Bernstein with the opportunity. He sends it out to the flank where he finds McDonald. McDonald sends it back to the middle. It's Brady Pugh who had taken that pass. He now has the ball back. He sends it into the middle for Colin Casey. Casey takes it wide. Sam Eisenman playing a little bit of defense over there. Cuts off Casey's angle. Again, nice to see Wickliffe try and set some offense up here. They've been very patient here in the second half. Although that patience is going to wear thin here as you're under 30 minutes to play, down 3. But you do have to set up some offense. You just can't panic and try and go 1 on 11. How do you approach that, Raquel? You guys have been in this situation. You've been down. You want to press. You want to get out there and score. But how do you kind of maintain that composure and do what you're supposed to do and set up some offense?
You just can't get frustrated. You got to work as a team and find each other and make little combinations and passes and just work on the field together. And like you said, you rather make it as a team play than go 1 versus 11.
Kevin Byrne to take the throw in for Wickliffe. Gets it in there. Casey got a boot on it. The ball will go back to Independence. Looks like Emmett Strauka lining up to take the kick. Gets it out to McGee. Eisenman tips it out to Jamasic on the outside, and Sam Eisenman tries to chase down that ball, but it goes out of bounds. Back to Wickliffe. Malachi Blake with a nice touch to get the ball out in the middle at the top of the 18. But it looks like Josh Bielitz was there to clean up the mess for Independence. Wickliffe with an opportunity here. And there's Braden Flynn cutting off the attempt by Wickliffe's Kevin Byrne. Big ball over the top. Lucas Gamir created some space on the outside, kicked the ball out into the middle, and now is a throw-in for Wickliffe. Casey McGee out there to disrupt that attempt by the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Byrne once again on that throw-in, and now Malachi Blake just didn't get enough power on that ball from 25 yards out, 35 yards out, and now that ball rolls into Braden Flynn. And we're at the 26-minute mark with Independence leading Wickliffe 3-0. Eisenman out to McDonald, or correct, Khalil McDonald. And there's Casey McGee with a nice touch up to Aiden Coljohn. I just put 2 and 2 together. Khalil McDonald, is that Alec McDonald's younger brother? Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense now. And I guess looking at him, he looks like a smaller version of Alec. Not that Alec was a giant guy. Alec, an outstanding 4-year player for Independence. Oh, and look at that. Great instincts there by Braden Flynn off of a one-touch from Wickliffe. That was Wickliffe's best scoring opportunity.
Great header.
It was a great header, and I'm still trying to get the number off of the Wickliffe player. It looks like 14. Was that Colby Humbert? It was Colby Humbert with that header. And Braden Flynn with cat-like reflexes to pull that ball out of the air. It was a great play all around. We're now reaching that point where Wickliffe does have to start to panic and play a little bit faster. If they hope to climb back into this game, they are running out of time as we near that 24-minute mark. With a comfortable 3-goal lead, you can expect Independence not to go too crazy on the offensive end, but here goes McDonald, hungry for a third. McDonald up to McGee. Malachi Blake kicks that ball out of bounds, so McGee will have a throw-in for the Blue Devils as Bernstein takes the place of Bernstein. It's Nathan Bernstein, the freshman, taking the place of senior Ryan Bernstein.
There's a clock stop.
Oh, thank you. Again, I'm not doing my job. 23:36 left to play. Raquella, not only the best color analyst in the business, but she can let me know when the clock is stopped and I haven't done my job. That's why we pay her the big bucks, folks. Not sure what the delay is here. Referee's headed over to talk to Wickliffe coach Dominic Severino. He's got an explanation. We do not. We can surmise what he said. They were talking about where the best place to eat is. So when you're in Independence, what is it? I'm partial to Quaker Steak, but what else is there? There's Ramito's. I love their pizza. They've got great pizza. What else?
Can't go wrong with Chipotle, keeping it simple.
Ah, Chipotle.
Can't go wrong.
Many options out here in Independence. I live out in the country. We don't have many options. Down to 23 minutes. Independence in control here in the Battle of the Blue Devils. Looking for their 8th straight in this series. is quite a feat to win 8 straight over Wickliffe, because Wickliffe has been a strong program over the last decade. These two teams have had some great battles over the years. 2017 in particular, a 2-1 regular season win for Independence. And then the two teams met again in the district championship game. And that one also went to Independence 4-2. Malachi Blake out to Lucas Gamir. McDonald's providing some defense there. Josh Braddock with a quick movement, but that ball is deflected by, I believe, Strelka. And now it's a foot race between Eisenman and Bryant Murphy. Murphy seemed to win out that particular instance. And there's McDonald on the flank, and he tries to cross it. That's deflected by Byrne. And there's Blake cutting through the middle, trying to create an opportunity here for Wickliffe. I have not seen Samarata on the field. He was in the projected starting lineup. He came into the game tied with the team lead with 2 goals, but I have not seen him on the field. So I don't know if he was a late scratch or just hasn't been in the contest. But that's got to affect your offense a little bit when one of your leading scorers isn't out there. Independence with the free kick, just a toss into the middle. Byrne gets a head on it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be Independence ball as we get closer and closer to the midpoint mark of the second half. Out to Coljohn. Coljohn sends that one high and wide to the left. Bryant Murphy was there to cut off the angle, prevented Coljohn from getting a real good look at the goal. So now Wickliffe has less than 20 minutes to climb back into this game, trailing Independence 3-0. Five Independence defenders down there to just 2 Wickliffe Blue Devils. That's going to create a very difficult chance for Wickliffe to score.
Definitely have to agree.
And that's what we talked about earlier, is at some point Independence was going to be comfortable with a 3-goal lead, and they were just going to kind of flow back to that defensive third a little bit more. Without necessarily packing it in, they're packing it in a little bit. Yeah, you now have 5 Independence defenders inside the 10-yard line. Creates a lot of traffic in front of the goal. Wickliffe is going to have a great opportunity here on a corner kick. Looks like Logan Meyer dropping out to take that kick. With just about 17:55 left to play here in the second half. It's a great opportunity. This is Wickliffe's second corner kick. Puts that ball up high, and there's the header right into the hands of Braden Flynn. Another great opportunity for Wickliffe. Bryant Murphy with that attempt. So we've seen a couple of runouts by Shane Williams. We saw a couple of headers that Wickliffe had a great opportunity. Braden Flynn was there to make the play in the net to preserve his shutout, looking for his second clean sheet of the season. Just got word, Kirtland is up 3-0 over Cuyahoga Heights in the second half of their game. It's a score of note for the Independence Blue Devils in our booth because their rival is Cuyahoga Heights, but I think they also have quite a rivalry with Kirtland, especially after last year's regional championship game. Some things you just can't forget, right, Raquella?
You can't. Definitely can't forget that.
It was a magical ride. As much as you'd like to see it continue and go forward, it's something you'll never forget being a part of.
Definitely a fun memory.
Kind of raising the bar also for that Independence Girls program. People are going to talk about your senior class for years to come and what you guys have accomplished.
Yeah, it was a great year last year and hope to do the same this year.
.16:05 left to play. Still Independence 3-0. Wickliffe a little bit more active on the offensive end this half. Independence pretty much controlled possession in the first half, aside from a couple of Wickliffe runouts. Well, thank you, Mr. Skosian, for that nice text message. I'm not sure the announcer is very impressive unless you're talking about Raquella. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, wearing a headset does not make you a play-by-play broadcaster, but I am here to try and provide you with a little bit of entertainment as we watch this game. Another opportunity for Wickliffe with Josh Bielitz there to cut it off on the defensive end. Nice run there by Brady Pugh, and there's a great ball coming back the other way. It's going to go out of bounds. Be McGee on the throw-in. Eisenman trying to track that down in the corner. Back to Eisenman. Oh, who kicks it over the end line. It will be a Wickliffe goal kick. With 14:20 remaining in the game here at Stan Skosian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence. Raquella, we're at that point where you can give some shout-outs to your friends. Who's out there? Who you want to shout out to?
Hi, friends. Hi, Molly.
Molly McGreal?
Molly Doherty.
Oh, no way. A blast from the past.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Molly. How are you?
I know she's watching. Hope college is fun.
I remember Molly when she was a freshman. You guys grow up so fast.
4 years go by fast.
They sure do. Been covering Independence since 2012, so I've seen so many senior classes come and go. Goes quick. You guys start out as the wide-eyed freshmen. Here you are, seniors, 4-year starters, multiple sports, running a broadcast booth.
Great times.
Oh, looked like a little bit of a handball there, and they did get the call. It'll be Wickliffe ball. Wickliffe running out of time here. We're down to almost 13 minutes left in the game. Wickliffe trailing Independence 3-0. Much more active, as I said, in the second half. A couple of great headers into the goal, but Braden Flynn there, in his first year in the net for the Independence Blue Devils, he made some great saves. Showed off his cat-like reflexes. guess that's one thing you can't coach a goalkeeper to do, is have that natural instinct and follow the ball and pick it up the way Braden Flynn did. Guess it doesn't help that he's like 9 feet tall with a 38-foot wingspan either.
36, Ryan Bernstein, and number 27, Khalil McDonald.
Braden Flynn, a junior. I assume he's the younger brother of Wyatt Flynn.
He is.
Wyatt Flynn, another kid I've covered since he was a freshman, and great basketball player here at Independence. So Independence's seniors well on their way to a senior night victory over Wickliffe. And if this result holds true, as McGee puts a ball in the middle, but Bernstein tips it above the goal. Great opportunity there for Bernstein to score a goal on senior night. But as I said, if the result holds true and Independence holds on, their seniors will improve to 49-2-1 in the regular season over their 4-year careers. That is impressive. Lucas Gamir, oh, I thought he was taking the throw in, but it's going to be Casey instead. Casey with a backward pass to himself. Independence's defense clears it out once again. Khalil McDonald with the throw in. McDonald with a pair of goals. Gave Independence that 2-0 halftime lead. Casey McGee added a goal in the second half to make it 3-0. Looks like McDonald banged his toe. It's going to be Jack Panici entering the game, a junior.
Number 12, Jack Panigi.
There's McGee with a left foot, and it goes wide left. It's not something he wants to hear on Friday nights as he's kicking for the football team. I think it's okay in soccer when you miss the goal wide left, but when you're kicking a field goal, football coaches aren't as forgiving. I will be back here at Stan Scotian Stadium on Friday for the Orange at Independence football game. We will not be streaming that one. I will be down at field level, but I will return on Saturday for a 2 o'clock afternoon affair between the Independence girls soccer team and the visiting Riverside Beavers. Wickliffe lining up for another corner kick. I believe that is Luca Gamir over in the corner. That's the dark spot in the stadium. Gets very difficult to see the numbers. So Wickliffe has booted the ball high on their corners, tried to get ahead on it. And they do the same here. A little shorter this time. That looked like CJ Kolchak on the attempt down there at the net. Cleaned up once again by Braden Flynn, who's put together quite a nice night in goal for the Independence Blue Devils.
For Independence, number 11, Wyatt Snyder.
Freshman Wyatt Snyder enters the game for Independence. Looks like he's taking the place of Nathan Bernstein, another freshman. One thing you miss with the smaller crowds due to COVID is that ambient crowd noise. So as you hear through the microphone, it's almost dead silent, but there's a little bit of ambient noise out there. Do you guys notice it when you're playing, that there's less than normal noise?
A little bit. You can still hear some things, but obviously not as
Yeah.
many people.
High school soccer crowds are never overwhelming on a typical night anyway, but you guys usually have a nice little student section that comes out and makes noise, and so you miss that due to COVID, but and it doesn't help our broadcast when you have that dead air. But a better play-by-play analyst would fill that air. I'm just not that guy. I know my limitations, and it's okay. Wickliffe with a throw in and about 6 minutes left to try and cut this deficit. Wickliffe coming off of a win over Euclid. Independence suffered a tough loss last week to Lutheran West, who then went on to beat Kirtland. So now that loss, it's never a good thing to lose, but when you look at losses, there's quality losses, and there are losses where you shake your head and said, how'd that happen? And I don't think Independence is doing that anymore. There's McGee trying to send one again, a worm burner. There's Wickliffe on a break, but Independence with some extra defense around the middle cuts it off. Belitz sends it back. Right now we're playing ping pong. It's Luke Beal for Wickliffe trying to gain possession in the corner, but that ball's going to go out of bounds. And I believe it's a throw-in for Independence.
For Independence, number 10, Aiden Cojan, and Aiden for Independence, number 14, Kyle McGovern.
Sophomore Kyle McGovern making an appearance for Independence. Aiden Coljohn returns. A lot of activity up on top of the 18, and here's Wickliffe moving in for another opportunity. Flynn slides over to pick up that loose ball. And how about you, Raquel? What are the college options for you? You looking that far ahead?
I am. Kind of been put on pause with COVID and stuff, but we're looking into it. Hopefully we play some soccer.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So you've got many options, though. Soccer and basketball and softball.
No
softball?
That was in the past.
Okay. And McKenna, I know you aren't on a mic, but what are your options?
Debating between soccer and cross country right now.
Soccer, you follow in your mom's footsteps. Cross country, you blaze your own trail. You see what I did there? You see what I did? That was good. I amaze myself sometimes. I tell all these dad jokes to my wife. She hates working from home, let me tell you. Casey McGee leaves the game with 3 minutes left to play in the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils. Independence looks like it's going to pick up its 8th straight win in this series, dating back to 2011. This could be the first shutout, though, since 2016. So a lot to play for yet for Independence in these final 3 minutes, and now 2.5 minutes. Looking for that first shutout of their Wickliffe Blue Devil counterparts since that 2016 season. It was a 7-0 win back then. This would be just the third shutout in this series dating back to 2005. Two minutes remaining.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes in the game.
Shout out to Independence Athletic Director Annie McGee for the hospitality. Special thanks to Independence coach Ryan McRailed and Wickliffe coach Dominic Severino for the information they provided to give me something to talk about during the broadcast, because I'm not interesting enough to carry the show by myself. Big thanks to Raquela DiGeronimo for rescuing me there in the first half and coming up and providing some great color commentary, and McKenna McGee for the excellent work on the camera. One minute and 10 seconds remaining. Independence going to have another opportunity here to put a ball in play near the net. I can't quite tell who that is. John Eisenman. Lining up 30 yards from the goal. As time is winding down. 40 seconds left. Eisman lines up. And he boots a 30-yard field goal right down the middle. I'm not sure there will be a position battle for the kicker duties for the football team, but head coach Rick Adams has some options if he is in search of a kicker. But I think Casey McGee's got that locked down pretty well. The same way Independence has this game locked down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that is the game. Final score with the Blue Devils 0. And your Independence Blue Devils 3.
And that's going to do it, folks. 3-0 win for the Independence Blue Devils over Wickliffe in the 2020 Battle of the Blue Devils Part 1. Thank you again for joining us this evening. And Raquela, McKenna, thank you again for your help. I look forward to watching you guys play on Saturday. And you'll get a chance to have somebody fill your shoes and provide some color and camera work. But thanks again for joining me tonight, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.